I'm going to be doing today is Forza basically. I'm not sure what I'm going to do basically. It's going to show what I usually do. This is my Ferrari F12 TDF. Really nice little car. Not great at driving. Really freaking hard. But, you know, it happens. So, I found this game. I have had it so long. Turns out I actually love it. It's really fun for me. I don't know why. I just like throwing cars around. Especially when it's high quality like this. So, first thing I'm gonna do, I reckon I'll do a race. See if I can actually still race. Well, what's this actually? No, next to it. What is that? Yeah, okay, I'll go there.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I wonder if some other people like Forza or something much as I do. But, yeah, I've got friends that play it and stuff. But, like, I like this game because it's like this for
You
me
have
is
arrived
fun
early.
Fortnite.
Forza Gone Live will begin soon.
Quiet Horizon Fortnite. Like, yeah, I still love Fortnite. Yeah, I still play Fortnite videos. If you do like this video, leave it down in the comments. I'd love to know if other people like it. Half because I like it myself, and half because it's fun. If you already knew about Forza, you would know that I'm not exactly starting at
You
the
have
very
arrived
beginning
at your destination.
of this game, because, like, this is pretty insane stuff to have already. If I started just then, which I didn't, I have played for a
Great to
reasonable
see you.
amount of time.
We're shooting a documentary about car culture in the UK, and I need a second driver. You've made a name for yourself, and it would be great to have you aboard. It's simple. You drive, I tell the story. Let's do it.
DB5. Very jealous about this favorite car. Wow, I get 36 seconds to hit 70 mph.
From Aston Martin to McLaren and Bentley, Great Britain is home to over a century of automotive excellence. I'm Rebecca Dawson. Welcome to British Racing Green, a documentary celebrating that history.
My dad's favorite cars.
The
One
Aston
like
Martin
equals one forever,
DB5
but who will one day
Vantage
get one?
was the quintessential Grand Tourer of the 1960s, combining
Also a James
British
Bond used.
engineering and Italian design.
This person doesn't know that. I like this car. It's nice. Wow, okay, rewind. Rewind, we'll be right back, boys. This is what you're doing. If you ever drive a car, just press rewind. Yeah, I'm not stupid. I know you can't just rewind. Alright, whoa, 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 whoa! Wow, okay, rewind again. You're the best driver in this thing.
The Vantage featured side-draft carburetors and a refined camshaft profile, capable of
No
a
idea what that
blistering
means.
top speed of 162 miles an hour in 1964.
It's pretty fast for back then. Wow, okay, this car's getting beaten up because I'm driving it.
The clean lines of Superleggera's bodywork, reclining seats and wool carpets created a car that was luxurious as well as
Wow,
fast.
this is... Whoa! My dad wants a car that drives like a maniac. this game. It's a
This car would form the basis for the DB range,
about cars,
with later
you know,
cars
it's like
improving on the
story
design
mode
in many ways.
but there's lots
But
of
none
like
would
variety
ever
that you can
achieve
do in
the
it.
sheer iconic perfection of the Vantage.
In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left.
It's much more the reason that I love it. Oh,
For all of its
wow,
beauty and engineering perfection, only 65 of these beautiful machines would ever be built. If you own one, you own a piece of British history.
Oh no, this thing's undrivable for me. But she says it's fast, and then I've got McLarens and Ferraris. So like, when they say fast, I'm
In
thinking
200
McLarens
meters,
and Ferraris.
you will arrive at your destination.
Not Aston Martin DB5 1964 fast.
The silver
You know what I mean.
DB5 would be immortalised in half a century of cinema. The classic Aston Martin.
Classic.
But in 2016,
Wow.
a new DB was unveiled, heralding the dawn of Aston Martin's second century. The DB11 is the first production turbocharged Aston Martin. But is it a worthy successor to that legacy?
This is nice.
The short answer is yes. It's bold,
But I don't go on
responsive,
the
and
inside.
agile, with
On
perhaps the
fast
best
cars.
GT chassis in the
Hit
world.
100.
And
Chill.
listen to it.
This lady really reckons that this thing is good. Because she's never had a Tesla. Unfortunately, neither have I, but hey.
Able to hit 60 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds, the DB11's
That's insane.
5.2-litre twin-turbo
Well, actually, it is.
V12 boasts a top speed of over 200 miles an hour.
That's pretty good. Like, compared to any other production car in the world. Still, it's not as impressive as some cars. Ever heard of Bugatti or Hennessy? If you're a car geek, you know.
The DB11 is not the
Koenigsegg.
fastest car in the world, but then it's not trying to be. It's sophisticated, effortless luxury. It's an Aston Martin.
I guess shit. Aston goes for luxury, not speed. They gotta build some kind of race car. GT races. So they built fast cars as well. Practice. Oh, this thing's a psycho though.
The DB11's
it
front
handles
strakes
better.
channel air to create a virtual spoiler, providing downforce without compromising the car's clean lines. Brilliant.
Come on, off. There must be like 0.1 of a second.
Most importantly, I think, the DB11 proves that Aston Martin is ready for another century of beautiful cars. And I can't wait.
She sounds like someone that's actually talking. She's like, and I can't wait. Like she has feelings in the game, man.
Beautiful as they are, Aston Martins are only one of many cars made in the United Kingdom. Let's see what else is out there.
Aston's are pretty nice. Yeah, I'll be back in a sec. I just gotta talk. Yeah, my dad just walked. I'm not very happy I got to drive a DB5 and he didn't. But it happens. I got a friend, he loves it when I do wheel spins because they're exciting. Because I get something. So let's do it. Where is the wheel spin? I have a wheel spin. I saw it. It said I got a wheel spin. said I got a wheel spin. That's lovely. Wait, maybe I got money. Maybe I can see my money. Wow, I have no idea what happened. Any cars I didn't have before? No, I already had that Honda, I just never tried it. I had the counter, just got it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I already had those two. I already had that Cayman, I believe. Had the Megane, had the Impreza, had the Land Cruiser, I think. Had that. I didn't have that, I don't think. Oh, that's unfortunate that I got that though. Oh well. I'll look for something else to, I'll go back to that. British classics. You've got to love them British classics. Good accent, by the way. Aced it. Streaming on an Xbox is like so hard.
This is shaping up nicely. Time for a change of pace, though. At least at first.
Oh no.
The next segment is about Land Rover, and we'll be starting out with the Type 3.
Oh, that's tall. It's like a truck. Race to the destination in a truck. Like a car that's like a truck.
Land Rover, the British sports utility vehicle. But before that, they were actual utility vehicles. Solid, tough trucks, unstoppable over almost any terrain.
In 400 meters, turn left.
The Land Rover Type 3 marks the point where that shift begins. And we'll be looking at what that meant.
Oh, what is this truck doing? Yeah, this bit is exciting.
Land Rovers have taken on almost every task imaginable. They've been generators, tractors and ambulances. They've brought peace and carried medicines to disaster zones. They've even been buses.
Quite frankly,
Over 500,000 Series 3s were built, and over 70% of those are still on the road today. They were extensively exported and built under license abroad. Belgium, South Africa, even Australia and New Zealand. With a robust chassis and signature Land Rover engineering, the Type 3 also marked the first time that buyers could choose interior options, like seat box protectors and cubby boxes.
I can't make this look dramatic, it's just the Land Rover that's not exactly speeding. So.
That trend continued, and by 1982, Land Rover were offering the county spec Type 3. Leisure drivers could choose from such luxuries as all-cloth seats, soundproofing and tinted glass. The trend was increasingly clear, and the future of the Land Rover was starting to take shape. If you squinted, you could already see the shape of the first sports utility vehicle, the Range Rover.
Yeah, I'm really squinting because you really can't see no Range Rover.
While the stock Type 3 would never be particularly fast uphill, there is almost no hill that it couldn't climb. Or dam, for that matter, if you've put a proper winch on it.
It looks just sort of trucky, which is unfortunate.
In 1978, Series 3 was custom built for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It only had 1,892 miles on the clock when it was auctioned into private hands. And it was in perfect condition. It would be. After all, she trained as a mechanic in the 1940s and will likely remain the only royal able to strip and rebuild an engine.
Turn left. 200 meters. You will arrive at your destination.
Ferrari. Please. Whatever you say.
Along with the Range Rover, others would follow.
What?
Discovery, Defender, and the Freelander. Each a more sophisticated and enjoyable utility vehicle. But none of them were a replacement for the Type 3. They were a different kind of car.
Okay, that's fair enough, I guess.
The Type 3 was arguably the first sports utility vehicle, an evolution of the design that would lead ultimately to this. The Bowler Nemesis, an off-road racing vehicle that turned into a production SUV, the Nemesis EXR.
Alright, whatever you say.
It sports a turbocharged 5-litre Land Rover Jaguar engine,
biggest
crammed into a
skills
carbon
target
fibre
on
chassis with integral roll cage. It even has the grille, headlights and rear lights from a Range Rover.
Let me back know what that was. Oh, back off the edge of the cliff. Oh, these cars.
If you want to see what the Type 3 would be like if it ever stopped doing important things, this is it. And it's beautiful.
I don't see how it was going to Type 3. Where are the front lights that were on that car? Like Dodge, I'd say. Actually, no, Dodge. Fucking car. That's a good start. But I don't know who calls it brain roller.
This is an all-terrain supercar. That's the only fair description for this. But that's what you get when you build an SUV with Land Rover DNA.
Yeah. Oh, there's the wheel spin, which I just missed. Oh, there's the wheel spin. Lovely enough. Okay. I got a car. It's rare you even get anything good, but hey. Oh, rank 13. It's the 1 minute wheel spin. Okay, we're gonna do one more of these, because then I get another wheel spin. They're exciting if you get a good car. So yeah.
Hope you're enjoying yourself. I know I am. It's great to be able to just focus on telling the story while someone else handles the driving for once. Let's get to the next one. This time, it's Lotus.
Oh, okay. Whoa, I need to pause. I'm trying to manage my stream, man. Chill. Vexel is like, go. Save. Okay. There we go. Oh. Whoa. Okay, I have one of these. nowhere near as fast as this one, so I swear there's upgrades.
Lotus Engineering Limited began as many stories in British engineering do. In an old barn. The first Lotus cars were offered as kits. You built them yourself. From 1962, they began to actually build
Oh, that's unfortunate.
the cars themselves.
I didn't bash into that. No, that didn't happen. So pretend we're at
The
this
Elan
point.
Sprint showed exactly what they intended to do.
In 100 meters, turn left.
Built
Well,
around
no.
a steel backbone with
I've
a
actually-
fiberglass chassis, the Sprint weighed in at a meager 687 kilos parked on the curb. On the road, this translated into brilliant agility and fantastic performance.
I'm waiting on a Ford GT Mark 1 to be Ford GT40 Mark 1.
Designer Colin
Mark 1.
Chapman famously said, "Adding power makes you faster on the straights. Subtracting weight makes you faster everywhere." He knew what he was talking about.
In 100 meters, turn right.
Basically, I'm waiting on a... No, I don't want to break the car. I'm waiting on a pretty, like, an old Le Mans car, GT. And, yeah. I'm pretty excited about this.
In 100 meters, turn left.
Widely hailed as one of the greatest sports cars of the 1960s, the Elan would be closely studied and emulated, inspiring such masterpieces as the Mazda MX-5.
MX? A Mazda?
The Elan has all the energy, style and enthusiasm you would expect. Bold, quick and fun. So much so that they put it in the name.
How does a Mazda MX-5 have any enthusiasm? No. It's not true. I have a Mazda. That's how I know that's not true.
The Elan Sprint was a financial as well as an engineering success for Lotus, validating their approach to design and resulting in a whole family of light, agile roadsters. Which brings us to this, the Lotus Exige. It's heavier than the Elan, admittedly, but it's faster. Much, much faster.
And it looks cool.
Touch the pedal, the Exige responds with instant, relentless acceleration, as you'd expect. With a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 170 before upgrades and tuning, the Exige is uncompromising.
Considering it's not as sporty as that Aston we drove earlier, like, it's pretty, like, fast. But then again, if the Aston had a straight like
And
this,
there's
it would,
no
like,
power
this car.
steering, so you can really feel the road. A genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take it seriously.
Oh yeah, I see why. Okay, we'll be right back. Wow, you go off the road in this if you don't slow down. But that's pretty fast for what it is.
Turn left.
And you'll never see a Lotus fast. Like Ferrari, Lambo, Porsche. But that didn't happen either. But you know, you'll see a Lotus fast. Like Austin. I thought that, no. It's like, no, it's not the easiest car to drive, unfortunately, though. But even in chat, if you want me to stop rewinding, because I really don't mind. It doesn't have the agility like the Exige does. Like it slides a lot. I mean, like the Elan Spring does. But I reckon this is better. I would buy one of these.
In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
And with rumoured launches of 2 new cars in 2020, Lotus looks set to push the benchmark of the experienced sports car well into the next century.
I hope one of Lotus makes like an insane car. Swing. Didn't even get my... now I have 2 spins all of a sudden. I told you I had spins. Oh, a GT 2005. I would really love that if it could give it to me. Also can't. Oh, I get a Honda Civic over a Ford GT. There you go. That almost sums up. Oh! Thanks, game. Bro, I really appreciate that. Wait, what? How's that new? I've done that. I've done that.
You have arrived at your destination.
Solo. Oh, nice road. No, yeah, I've done this. That's not very fair. This is it. Nah, except I did this in a nice tempo. The easiest way to say that is it's a lot faster. Or faster. But I think this taxi is pretty fast because I have run taxi service. Oh wow, that's great shit. Yeah, it makes this match great history. Bro, someone should make a taxi service like this. Their money will be like... Whoa! Like, control the car properly. Get like a road for the taxi service, like a private taxi service. This is that taxi service, that'd be sick. That plane is so fast. I mean, come on, what am I gonna do against that plane? I'm in a taxi. I'm in a taxi. Oh, whoa, wow, okay. Like, I'm in a taxi just. I need to go against it. The controller vibrates almost as much as the screen. Oh, whoa. Wow, this is way higher. Let's go with the brakes. Chill jet. Way quicker than anything I'll ever own. That's my bad. Jet. Chill. cars. Here's a jet. Never lose a jet. Taxi. Yeah. Did I beat the jet? Does that count as beating the jet? Went over the jump before the jet. These showcase events are quite fun though, because like I versed a train, I've versed this once, I've versed a Halo jet, I've versed a hovercraft. I wouldn't know whether to choose that because that jet is so annoying though. Come on, I gotta make the jet. Come on, taxi. Let's go, taxi. The second. I don't think I beat it. No, I did. I don't know how though. Oh wait, yes. Because it was coming from the other way basically, which meant I guess I went for it. I guess. Super wheel spins, they're even more interesting than normal wheel spins. Look at this. You get the triple. Come on, what's he gonna get? What's he gonna get? I bet I'll get like I won't. Come on, give me the Ferrari. Let's go. Hey, that's pretty good. Now I've got the F12 TDF, which is that fast car that I'm using right now. That really cool one, the Ferrari F12 TDF.
What I quite like about your style of driving is that I can prepare each of your qualifying rounds so far in advance. New events have been added to your schedule.
This is the Ferrari. Yeah, I'll do it. Festival Sprint. Horizon Festival Sprint. Start of it. Whoa, wait, I need to pause this for a sec. Did anyone see what we were versing? Yeah, I know, right? What's the description for my stream? I know I'm doing this now. Yep, okay, that's done. Save. No changes were made to your existing stream info. Yes, they were. Okay, whatever, I don't care. You can tell me what you want. What you really want. Wow, this is like really fair. I verse coding Thursday. Who doesn't? You're weird if you don't verse. That's a Bugatti Veyron. That's like disrespectful. That was an NC Venom GT. Lamborghini, very fast car. Wow, this is like No, that's cheating. No, rewind from that. No. The Lambo's too Lamborghini is too quicky. Ah! Wow, I went too fast around that corner. Oh, what? How do they go so... Look at this. I'm going like 200 miles per hour around that corner, right? And those cars are still fast. Oh my gosh. 10,000 miles an hour, baby. Let's go. Lambo doesn't have to... There's a tree! That tree! You can't race this because there is a tree. Where I can't race this. There's a tree. I want to come first, game. Come on, man. Chill. At least I can. Man. Bro. Should I buy a Lambo because then all of a sudden I can ride perfectly straight and I'll never have to worry about crashing into anything ever again ever? Unfortunately, I've already got a Lambo and that's not how it works. That is low end. Same car as well. Actually, I think it's the same. I've lost my car's back. Oh, the Veyron was psycho. Wow, this is... The Veyron is a psycho as well. Great. Okay, ready? Go. Now, I'm gonna make this video / stream go for 45 minutes, so that's 8 minutes. I don't know, man. Okay, third. Oof. Wait, I've already leveled up now. Wow, this is just great, isn't it? But no, normal wheel spin. What will we get? A common glossy red Parker. I love common glossy red Parkers. Since I'm technically streaming this, I'm allowed to say this, even though this will go onto YouTube. Wow. There's some good breaks. It's going to go on YouTube. If you're not already subbed to my YouTube channel, please do. Upload when it's necessary. Yeah, and I crash when crashing is necessary. Please share this with your friends because I've always really wanted to become bigger than I am on like a tiny YouTuber. It's sort of been a dream for me for quite a while, like a year plus. So if you didn't notice, that's a lie. You basically just help the person achieve their dream. That person might have it, so. Mate, my year. This video got 1,000 views. My highest videos and even at 200 videos. I'm 191. Hell yeah. I play Forza Horizon, and my dad usually plays to his stack cars, which I'm considering getting a new one. I'm thinking of a Mazda 3. but like one of the really high-end models. That by anything that's possibly the highest you can get. So be the GT something. Loads of other numbers and letters. 40. No, Astina. Yeah. And maybe I'll be able to get a guaranteed go if you stop just and then I'm writing the money and give it to the parents and we could buy the car. That looks like a barn. When is my Ford GT gonna be ready, man? Like, I've been waiting on that
around
thing for
when
like
it is safe to do so.
an hour.
Recalculating route. In 200 meters, turn right. In 200 meters, turn right.
That's not gone. You have to repeat it twice.
Turn right.
I thought I wasn't ready.
Turn left.
So let's stop. Oh,
In
thanks for
200
the
meters,
long
turn
warning.
left. Turn left.
Turn right, turn left. No, I think it would be more interesting if I drove a different car. So, what better car to use than this? Ever seen a three-wheeler hit 200? In this game I have, because I upgraded it to the max. Ah yes. Looking good. Wow, but it, like, you really gotta have a straight. It's fast.
In 400 meters, turn left.
You would think you'd be able to brake a bit quicker.
Turn left. In 200 meters, turn right.
I lost the, that looked like I lost the wheel. No, I lost the tops.
Turn right.
As the game says it is some of the driving in this game is dangerous. If you are racing, please use your helmet. It says at the start of the game, so like, I've never seen someone drive a three-wheeler like a Cyclone Man, going, trying to get to 200 miles an hour, but only so far accomplished 120. But there are so many turns. I didn't even put all the turns there. Whoa! I just went out of control. I did not do that. Wow, that was... I did not, like, do that.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
You get the point. It can hit 200 miles.
You have arrived at your destination.
I'm just not good enough to make it hit 200, apparently. It doesn't want me to. Well, I think this is the best place to finish the video. After I show you how long until I get this barn find. So yeah, I've gotten all these from the barn. Right, the Elise was probably the longest to restore. Fortunately, to get it now, I would have to pay $7.5 million. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Hit 10 likes. And I'll do this again. Bye! And now I need to end the stream. That hard bit as well.